Hello and welcome to another episode of Luck, Marry, Kill. I am the host of the Witchy Mitchy channel, Witchy Mitchy, and with me tonight are Jordan, Dan, Akisho, and Susie, and going to be hidden later, Harper. But we are doing something a little different this evening. When we have a full-length campaign, we do what we refer to as minis, which are a series of one-shots that are a level per or a level every one or two, depending on how long they take to actually tell the story that the one-shot is supposed to. That are the same characters. So it's almost like a full campaign. Some people do full campaigns where they just go one level at a time every time they level up. But we do longer campaigns than that. And when someone's absent, like tonight Sarah is absent, we are doing a mini. And I will be DMing the first mini, and we kind of round table it from who does which mini when, depending on who's available. And so, without further ado, we are going to crack into tonight's episode of Luck, Marry, Kill. Oh, thank you to Doc Jimmy's Seasoning for sponsoring us, and to Monument Studios for our sounds that I usually put in post, because I like to keep it a little bit on our toes in terms of what's going on when we're actually playing, and then add in some dramatization with the music for you later. And thank you to CKCC for allowing us to send you our MP3s. So thank you, Dan, for being here.
Which I need to check on to see if it's been done or not. I don't know if Chris has done it or if I need to do it.
All right. So, where we open, let me pull up my notes. We open in Winsome Palace, in the city of Winsome, both renamed 3 years ago in 1690 for the victory of Wilhelm II over his uncles for ascension to the throne of Avalon. It's a remnant of a medieval structure, large, imposing, with verdant green lawns, unbelievably colorful gardens, even in the dead of winter, with ornate fountains and a mix of Gothic and medieval stylization of the windows and archways, depending on when the structure was either modified or when additions were built. The grainy stone walls, despite their age and clearly early construction, despite their age and early construction, being of two separate time periods, seem uniform and sturdy. It all looks like one intentional building that could have sprung up yesterday on this hilltop for how clean and well maintained it appears. Inside, you witness the opulence of a truly royal family. The plush green carpets with intertwined W and R for Wilhelm Rex, or from the Sylvan for Wilhelm King, for Wilhelm II, and the current and, according to the public, concerningly heirless monarch. There are velvet inlaid red on red damask wallpapers on gold trimmed walls. These rooms featuring red carpet rather than the green of certain display rooms that have blue, green, or even fine wood tone walls. There is rococo, red and gold, and on the sofas, the type of materials and the type of art of the sofas themselves is almost the Rococo style, and tea room furniture. You've entered past various displays of muskets and flintlocks arranged in circles and crossing each other on the walls, the seal of the Queen's Order of the Musketeer, something adopted from Gaul to the south, and with whom Avalon is at war currently. These entrances are meant to be imposing, and many feature states from classical periods. Many feature statues from classical periods and what would be considered neoclassical by the standards of the time, of like 1693. One of the more recent statues is of King Wilhelm II himself, standing at the center of the main entrance. But as I've said, you've passed all of that on the way inside, skipping the no longer in use Cathedral of Bahamut on the right to head to the royal chambers on the left. Somehow, it's both gaudy and elegant, with the swirling gilt woodwork in this room. This is one of the redder red and gold rooms, where the Queen takes tea while being informed of news and reading certain papers that she has laying on the table in front of her next to her tea as she sips, and swings a leg in her chair and just kind of looks over you all. What would you like to do or say to the Queen who has brought you here?
Kai will see the Queen and give a courtly bow.
At least
Your
someone.
Highness.
Well, at least someone has manners.
Without breaking eye contact with the Queen and with an open mouth, toothy grin, I slowly bow my head down and bob it back up.
Actually, would you all describe what the Queen is looking at right now?
Yes.
When did he do that?
Sorry. I'll describe mine later in a second. Sorry.
So, Alana is a pelagic tiefling that, in place of horns, she has coral stretching out from the top of her head. Her hair is a mid-length green, verdant green, as to use Witchy Mitchy's describer. And her skin resembles that of a koi fish with spots of orange and white. She nervously keeps her eyes down to the floor and looks a little out of place and unsure of what to say.
Kai stands up from their bow, and you see a siren with deep chocolate skin tones, long, like, braided, locked hair that is black, and it flows almost like water in its appearance. Um, they are wearing, ironically enough, red and gold accoutrements on their clothes. They have like this golden corset over a red top and matching bottoms. The bottoms only go to below their knees, as their lower portion are large, sharp taloned feet. And they look around expectantly, wondering why they have been brought here before the Queen.
You have Jordan?
Yeah, Akiza is a crocodilian. He's got a very toothy, dark smile with red irises and dark swamp green scales. He's got bustling muscles that are evident in his tight-fitting privateer outfit that's strictly uniform and exactly to code. And he's got long claw-like talons coming from his hands, as well as a talon-like left foot. And on his right foot, he has a metal curved prosthetic.
He goes, "It is a pleasure, Mum." And he stands back up, and you see he's nearly 7 foot tall. He is I believe it is a Goliath. He is nearly 7 foot tall. And I am of a storm giant. So I'm mostly like more of like a stone white, with like black and blue lines all over. He's wearing white dress uniform for Her Majesty's Royal Navy, and if you look at all of his pips and whatever, you can make out that he is the commander. And he's got a giant trident in his hand that he doesn't know what to do with because he woke up with it in his bed this morning.
I forgot to mention giant great axe on his back as well. Sorry.
What a motley crew they have gathered for me today. She takes a look at the small pamphlet in her hand, takes a sip of tea, puts it down, keeps reading. Places it down on the table. So, I suppose you're all wondering why you've been gathered on this particular occasion.
I must admit, the question has crossed my mind.
We would like for you to crew a vessel. This vessel was recently acquired by the Crown. The Crown has decidedly found itself in a rather fortuitous circumstance. This vessel is known to those of Gaulois, or Gaul to the more common folk. It is a tool of espionage. They do not fire upon this ship. And you are nervously standing there, and you notice portraiture of previous monarchs from long before hangs in place of, if you'd ever been there before, you'd have known the last royal family had portraiture of their own more recent ancestors and of themselves. These new works have been put in place to remind those who come here to work and who are here just who is in charge now. That the line has an ancient claim, and that the war has been won against the previous monarchy. Ornate suits of armor, some suited more to masculine forms, many more suited to feminine. The waists higher, the foot coverings narrower, coming to points in several cases, and often with skirts that hang to one side. There's no boob armor here, but instead ornate feminine pieces that are both beautiful and actually effective and wouldn't just direct every blow at your chest because of the shape.
And they don't jiggle whenever they get hit by things.
Yeah, no.
No bikini armor?
No bikini armor.
Darn, I was hoping for some.
The queen looks at her pamphlet again, kind of smirks, puts it down again. You are to board the Poursuivante, sail around the Iberican Peninsula, avoid the ships off southern Gaulois, known to the commoners as Gaul, and alight in the Egyptian Sea, the Isle of Thera, where your target makes camp within a cave. She claims the favor of one of the faces of a triple goddess, the Mother Face. I am the Queen Mother. This goddess no longer exists on this plane, not as Hecate, nor in the form which the target claims to have favor, Keto. This is my word, and it will not be questioned. His Majesty's will is my own in this endeavor, and we are the seat of power in the world that the gods have abandoned. We are the sentinels, the stewards, and the protectors. Recruit her. Barring that, press gang her. Barring that, arrest or death are preferable outcomes. The Poursuivante is a Gaulic vessel, as I said, so should you be seen from a distance, you will not be troubled. However, do not be seen up close. If found out, Gregyptia will come for us by sea. If merely a Gaulic vessel is seen, then the Poursuivante may provoke the Gregyptians against Gaulois and split their factions that are currently fighting against us. Do we have any questions about the mission?
Board the boat, sail her out, avoid detection, recruit this young lady, or force her into service or eliminate them.
Quite.
Sound about right?
Are there
Ye-
any incentives depending on the outcome?
You will have
Some
the
more
favor
questions.
of the crown. You will be well compensated if that is your desire. And you will be given any and all tools at our disposal to ensure the compliance of the target.
Was any like half payment for dead, or
Is there an outcome that you personally would prefer, Your Majesty?
This person is an absolute powerhouse. If we do not recruit her, then those of Galois surely will.
is that better yet? No one has her. If we can't have her.
Correct. Preferably, she will join you. But that is up to her.
We're gonna kill Michelle's character before she can play the game.
And, Your Majesty, do we have your permission to offer them all of these lovely riches and rewards as temptation to get them to join?
There will be a chest of treasures aboard.
I see.
You may wheel it all the way to her little cave, if you wish.
Do we have a map
But
or whereabouts? I mean, someone hanging out in Gregyptia. That's
the Isle of Thera.
I'll find it.
It is
so,
on.
you know, in the haystack. It's a grain of rice in the sand.
There are numerous caves. It is a volcanic island.
When's the last time
But
it exploded?
it appears to be dormant for now.
Okay.
Well,
So, are there any underlying questions to the mission?
Oh, well,
seems fairly straightforward.
Has anyone asked you how you're doing today, Your Majesty?
I'm doing very well, thank you. We are very amused by the idle gossip from Leiden. And if any of you want to roll a perception check, you can actually see the title of the pamphlet that she's reading.
I will attempt to.
gonna perceive. Ooh, natural 20. Let's see what I got on. Hang on.
Love that for them.
Percept. That's a 21 on a natural 20.
I also got a natural 20. It says hell yeah, I swear.
That's an 11, so I definitely did not get a natural 20.
You needed a 13. The anonymous gossip rag from Leiden is known as the Whisperer. It is very it's very much College of Whispers bards submitting stories of what they hear from servants and in back rooms, and it's also very Lady Whistledown-esque. There's just little pamphlets that are released every once in a while. And it's a common enough thing that you would all know what it is in terms of, like, you'd have heard of it. The Whisperer is widely published and kind of a guilty pleasure that everyone reads but no one admits to reading.
Wait, who
But
wear white for Labor Day?
the Queen Mother does not give a shit that you know that she reads it. And the Queen's dragoons, the women's armor you see in the room, also, since you all rolled so well in the perception check, you would know are known for their swift and bloody victories, respected beyond measure, and one even stands sentry at the doorway behind you, unarmored, instead of being in that formal of armor. She's just informal wear. Nevertheless, you get the impression that she could end all of you in a moment if she wanted to. There's just a badass in the room with you.
A fisticuffs monk, of course.
And you, why are you so quiet? You are one of our allies' children, are you not?
I am your Majesty. I'm still learning common.
Your common is doing wonderful, child.
Thanks you.
Isabella, would you see to our newest licensed privateers and see that they are brought to the docks post haste and given everything they require to complete their mission? And you see the dragoon give a curt nod of her head and nod it and yes, ma'am, and nothing else. You're on mute if you're talking, Jordan.
I'm saying funny things to myself. Sorry.
I thought maybe you were talking to your baby and saying funny things to to Camille. Is it Camille or Camilla?
Camille.
Camille. Okay, I was right. That's what I thought. My brain
you
was
like
like,
the
you
baby-
get names wrong.
Would you like a baby tax?
Actually, yes. I'm the one who has to hide the baby in post, so might as well. Oh, baby.
And the baby in tax. That's a baby. She's trying to punch everybody.
She's so aware.
Aw, flurry of blows.
What's that happen? What should happen?
Sweet girl.
Look at that future College of Dance bard.
She's a paladin through and through.
All right. So, are you all dilly-dallying amongst the palace, or...
The Queen said post haste.
Yeah, I mean, especially if we have an escort, will spin me along, but I will I will helicopter my head trying to look at all the sights and the arts.
I ask our escort what her most bloody kill is.
My most bloody kill. is none of your damn business.
Damn, that was pretty bloody.
Hmm?
There's blood everywhere in this one.
He's certainly told you.
He just smiles to himself.
And she's carrying just a big ass halberd, like she didn't give a fuck. And it is right at her side, and she is just marching forward like this thing weighs like 2 pounds.
It's giving me Imperium
it's
vibes from
nothing.
Warhammer 40k.
Probably somewhere between that and like Temple Guard and Star Wars, yeah.
So you think the king is really an undead being?
The Madam Isabella, was it?
Yes.
That, as we were heading out, I might have been mistaken. My ears may have been playing tricks upon me, but did I hear you respond to the Queen as Mum?
Ma'am, it is a form of respect.
Okay, I thought I might have been mistaken. I thought you may have been of a relation to Her Majesty.
I am not so fortunate.
I see.
I am. I would proudly claim relation if it were not so very distant. My father's cousin's mother is somewhere in the range of the Queen's second cousin's aunt twice removed. That's as close as we get.
Well, darling, don't count yourself out. And that's still about 1% or something in there.
I feel like most of us are probably about that close.
Probably.
Only so
But
many
you
in Babylon.
clearly have a position of high honor.
I was fortunate enough to have a good start in life, but the battlefield cold. King Wilhelm and Queen Anna Maria needed our help. And we answered. Well, I answered.
I mean, you don't get handed Queen's left hand. You have to earn that.
Something like that.
Well, I certainly hope that I can perform great feats such as that someday. Gain the attention of the noble families.
Well, doing what's asked of you is a good start. Shall we?
We shall.
Hey, friend, you were just in the presence of the Queen. I think they recognize you.
Well, yes, of course, but she didn't hold out her left hand for me to grasp upon. So I still have a bit of work to do.
Do you think the Queen has killed anyone?
Oh, a warrior queen, how titillating.
I think Her Majesty would find this conversation quite amusing.
To the docks, was it?
Yes,
Let us
to the
see
docks.
our new temporary home.
Do we have a crew manifest? Who among us is supposed to be captain? I saw that I'm a first mate. Again.
A captain typically will decide on the mission at hand. A captain typically will decide what happens with the vessel. The mission at hand has been given to you by the Queen. Assume the Queen is your captain for now.
Very well.
Easy enough.
So you walk through the palace, back out through all of the grandeur that you saw on the way in, and there are carriages waiting outside to take you to the docks. Do you get in the carriages? Do you...
Yes, I will stand to the side and open the door for the others to climb in. Please, after you.
Alana walks up and looks like enamored with the idea of horses and keeps staring at them and kind of trips over herself as she goes to climb into the carriage.
I hold out a quick hand to catch you. Oh. Watch your step,
Thanks,
dear.
thanks you.
You're quite welcome. Now, take your head and help you into the carriage. And then, once everyone's in, I'll climb in and close the door.
And you see Isabella get up onto the top with the driver to ensure that the carriage goes as directly as possible to the destination.
I pulls a handkerchief out of their breast coat pocket, and does this dusting off of a seat which they are sure is probably pristine already before they turn and sit down.
You travel well into the night, and then you're going to have to stop at an inn because it is approximately 67 miles to the coast. And traveling by carriage, that's anywhere between 3 and 10 days, but this is the Queen's carriage and the Queen's horses. They're gonna make it in the 3. Or Isabella's gonna seemingly blow a gasket. So you've gotten about a third of the way there. You will be put up in a fine establishment for the evening. You are welcome to go to the bar part and have a drink. Isabella will be likely standing guard. She does not need to sleep.
That's fairly useful.
She is, like the Queen, a high elf and will simply trance for 4 hours.
And to the rest of everyone, we've all been rather rushed a bit together, as it were, but I don't believe we've had the chance or honor of introducing ourselves to each other. I am Kai. The pleasure, I'm sure, is all yours.
The barmaid comes over. You do not look like our usual clientele. What can I get you?
Is our room already taken care of?
The room has been taken care of. Are you going to order here, or are you going to go directly to your sleeping arrangements for the night?
I will order here. I'm Ikirza. A pleasure.
Surely. What may I get you?
Um, is a pint of ale, please?
Oh, someone with some manners. That's new.
What do you got that's warm and stick to my ribs?
I take it you like food. We've got
Good.
uh, herring. We've got a bit of steak. We've got
Herring.
we've got a bit of mutton. And we have
Herring.
some potatoes. Herring for this one.
Lovely.
Yes, herring, please. And rot gut.
Right.
Man, I would love a order of your finest steak and roasted root vegetables, and a ale to wash it all down with. Please and thank you.
More
If you don't
manners.
have rot gut, grog will do.
Right.
I'll
Usually
have
is
the
looking very nervously at you.
mutton and potatoes, thank you, ma'am.
So that all told comes to about 1 silver, and you just hear it hit the table before any of you can pass anything to her from a bag that is being held at Isabella's side, just tied.
Oh, well. Thank you. I suppose that is part and parcel of the package from our benefactor ex slash employer. Or is this from the kindness of your own heart?
This is contingent on your successful endeavor. Should you fail, it will be taken out of anything you own.
I see.
And if we own nothing,
Your parents have paid your way.
But hypothetically, if one owned nothing, what would you pay them with? Or what would you take from them?
Would you like to find out?
Did she just give you the fuck around and find out?
she just mic dropped.
trying to debate if he's going to take that literally or not. Because he does want to know what will happen.
I would say generally, if you got nothing to physically pay with, you pay with your body.
Oh, that is accepted currency in surface area land.
I mean, you could.
Um,
You could do handy
profession, they call it.
handyman jobs, and then handy jobs. You could do. Yeah, those are the two things you can do with your body.
I
There,
did
I
not
believe.
bring rouge with me.
There are ways to work
I was
off
trying
debts
to
without.
joke with you.
there are debtors' prisons, but I prefer a more direct approach. I'm sure the Queen could use a new pair of crocodile skin boots and a matching purse.
Or yes, there's also you can just die.
Akirza hisses with excitement.
There's
I
indentured
believe
servitude.
he is what you call into that.
Then it's a win-win.
I'm not
Joke's
sure.
on you. He's into that shit.
It was a joke. Is my comment did that bad?
The common no, the tone perhaps.
My apology.
I'm sure that your friends will aid you in working on delivery.
They will help me find the packages? Parcel? She's not joking.
Delivery, as in your delivery of jokes, your way of saying them so that they are understood to be jokes.
Ah. Intonation?
Yes.
Ah.
Your pardon,
I
delivery is a common term of phrase.
I understand now. As she mutters under her breath. Not in
I don't
common.
think he understands.
Just out of curiosity, my good dear, what is your primary or language of choice?
Auckland?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Auckland? Am I saying
Auckland.
this correctly?
Yes, I caught it, Aquin. A rather beautiful language. I've heard it spoken once or twice before.
Have you heard it in its original underwater?
Alright. Yes, how did you know?
We were in the middle of introductions when we so nicely interrupted for dinner. Which I don't blame. It's a hard job.
And she nods and disappears towards the back, towards the kitchen.
It's a hard job. I get it. I am Commissar Jonathan Stormbreaker. As you can see, I'm part of the Royal Navy. I imagine that's why I got picked for this.
Yes, you were chosen as a... called it an insurance policy. We needed someone who had worked for us before.
So, I
And
know how to say
achieved a high enough rank.
Yes, high enough.
I would presume that my god work experience is what secured me this particular position. Is where the brunt of my experience comes from.
Correct.
And
Now, what about you?
crocodilian friend
Crocodilian.
there. You. Hmm.
I believe my survivability has been a factor.
Our crocodilian friend's chosen language is violence.
And draconic.
I got that one.
And he's
I
very
guess
good
your
at it.
ability is survivability.
As for your other compatriot, she is of noble birth from elsewhere, an ally to the kingdom. And
I was hoping to keep that to myself, but thank you.
Well, we heard that from the queen,
Uh-huh.
so
Elsewhere, like where the Khajiit are from?
Should we be calling you, Your Highness?
Oh no, 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 no! That is my aunt.
Oh, your aunt. Now, is
Not
this a
not
direct
myself.
aunt? Or is
Uh,
this an aunt 2, 3 times removed on your father's cousin, sister's brother's side?
she looks bewildered and a little
is it your
lost.
You use
father's
too many
sister
of
and your mother's
those.
sister?
he's asking if it's a distant aunt or your father's sister or your mother's sister.
Um, it is a term used by my family for close family friend, as if she is sister of my mother.
Ah, I see, I see. So no
She is
blood
like
relation.
correct. She is like
Very.
second mother to me.
Ah, lovely, lovely. So no highness then. Uh, what is your preferred moniker?
You mean what name I go by?
Oh yes, dear, yes, anyone can say it so simply.
Um, Elena.
Oh, Lena, what a beautiful name.
Oh, thanks you.
It has a rather musical ring to it, I must say.
Well, in Aquan, maybe not so much.
They changed it to
Uh, More of intonation is different.
I see.
Nope,
It,
not
it
gonna
has
do
a
the
bit
Dory. I speak
more.
Welsh. Nope, not gonna do it.
It has a bit more. How do you say? Yelling,
Because you're
Mm,
underwater.
more guttural.
it's very similar to Primordial, I would say. Very
I
guttural and
suppose.
rough.
I have not personally heard primordial before, so sure.
Primordial is. Aquan is primordial, darling. It is a dialect of the same language.
Oh,
Yes, believe I
okay.
speak the siren aspect of it, and you have the Aquan aspect. I believe that's
Ah,
how that works.
I
and
speak. I know Abyssal. And
Yeah, I also just double looked at that and was like, oh, that is, isn't it?
I
Neither of us know where our languages come from.
I know how to speak it, not about it.
Like they would be similar, but
The words are very similar. The phrases, the way the words are said. I do myself speak various dialects of primordial. They have come in handy at sea and in various endeavors.
I imagine. Job.
So Kai is going to be like, really? And they are going to begin like speaking, but as they speak, it just sounds weirdly musical, like a almost like this very melodic tone, undertone to it. Just yes, it is a very beautiful language, very soothing. As as they speak in siren.
She's clearly enamored with what you are doing.
And, and so she's actually going to, Isabella's going to uh, speak it back slightly more clumsily, but to everyone else at the table, it still sounds musical. And say, yes, I find it to be one of the more preferable dialects. Primordial can be so harsh otherwise.
Yeah. One does agree. One does agree. They kind of flip their hair back. We have a lovely mix of people. I think this is going to be a very pleasurable journey.
I hope it stays pleasurable.
Also, I'm hearing background noise from somewhere. I'm just not sure where.
Our job is
May
straightforward.
have been me until I muted because we have one of our friends is downstairs and the dog knocked my door open that was pushed closed. So now we have all the volume coming in.
Ah, okay.
So I'm just gonna mute.
Saying, our job is pretty straightforward in word.
I hope she resists.
Doing it can be as easy as the words or 10 times harder.
So why do you all want to take this on as a job? I come as a bit of an ambassador and wanting to see things outside of the ocean. This is my first time on land, and using common it without it being in lessons.
I heard that pirates are among the most dangerous. And I heard that privateers get to fight them.
So do other pirates. So why are you not a pirate?
Well, pirates don't get to kill the other pirates that are on their team.
And the privateers don't get to kill the other privateers that are on their team. Ikirsa.
Yes.
I think that would be a fairly commonly understood ruling.
But the privateers are not as crazy.
Depends on the privateer.
You like things that's crazy?
Hate to have to
It
sleep with one eye
sounds.
open.
It sounds as though our friend Ikirsa wishes to fight crazy.
Are
Yes.
you yourself not a crazy?
He's got it all figured out. I mean, my reason for being here is pretty straightforward. I'm in the Royal Navy, and the head of the Royal Navy said, "Come here, do this." So I'm here and I'm doing this.
Fair enough.
So your food and your drink are brought out.
Looks lovely, looks lovely. I, on the other hand, am simply here, as I said previously, working one's way through the ranks. I thought that this would be the perfect start, working directly for the Queen. I'd perhaps find myself standing beside you one day, Isabella.
Oh, the Dragoons, you would have to join in wartime.
Well, maybe not right beside you,
Or,
but
or, depending on how well you pleased Her Majesty, you may be damed to the ranks of our lower trainees, because they are needed, even though it is not wartime. So we do have trainees who would readily welcome someone who had proven themselves.
there you go. I seem to have my secondary mission all lined up. I have no doubt of my skills and prowess, so I'm sure to put on a good showing for Her Majesty.
So, do any of you have any questions for me about what is this going to be like out there, or...
Not all of us have been out on sea before. Well, at least not upon a naval a ship of any kind.
I am a Marine.
Yes, we know. Well, I know, and Her Majesty knows, so...
All of us have some form of experience with the water in one way or another.
It will be difficult, it will be warm, at times it will be too close for comfort. And I will not be going with you onto the island. I am to stay and guard the ship.
Akirza takes his herring and he throws it above him, above the bar, and like a slithering, pouncing crocodile, lunges into the air and snatches it out of the sky, out of the air.
Hyde clutches their pearls and stares aghast.
The barmaid looks terrified, and Isabella looks kind of annoyed and waves over at her like, just go to the back if you're scared.
Why do you feel the need to show off?
That is a very good question.
It's more fun when it's moving.
Ah,
I see. Would you prefer if I were to stick it upon the end of my spear and dangle it about your face?
That's one way.
Well, as long as you promise not to bite the end of my spear off, I'll start spearing your next meal.
I think the barmaid would prefer that over you throwing it into the air and catching it.
The barmaid's in the back, having no reaction other than a panic attack, and none of you can see this because she's run to the back of the kitchen at the behest of Isabella.
Just to be clear, Akira's is bloodthirsty, not horny.
They not one the
There is
same.
only a very mild difference between the two.
I was like, fine line for Akirsa, right? Is that...
Not a thirst for blood. Or thirst for blood, not just thirsty. Got it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
He's a predator, not a predator.
I had this conversation with Susie earlier about naming something a predator in homebrew, and I was like, that sounds like child predator. Please, let's no.
No, we did not. Let's don't say we did.
Yeah, and I was like, no, we're not doing that.
Michelle, I think Ghost went upstairs.
Of course he did. You all go to your rooms for the evening.
Ta everyone. Sleep well, my darlings.
And you see yourselves to sleep for the night. And some of you, it's a little worse than what you're used to in terms of bed. Some of you, it's a little better.
Akira sleeps outside.
There's a balcony in every room, so I'm assuming Akira slept on that.
Yes.
Okay.
Kai is like before Kai goes to bed, they pull out of their little coat pocket pouch ordeal this largest. It's almost like the size of the palm of their hand. This silvery blue scale that has like this hole punched in the top and a chain around it, and they kind of hold on to it for a bit and meditate over it for a while before placing it back close to their chest and then going to bed for the evening.
Anyone else doing anything before they go to sleep in their room?
No.
Or outside, as it were. Okay, so you are well rested. And you are, because she's trying to make such good time, breakfast is loaded into the carriage for you to eat as the horse is going.
That is perfectly fine.
The entire day's worth of travel today.
I have a specific feature that means that. No, it probably wouldn't matter because it's about marching. Never mind.
What's up?
It technically means that I travel faster over long periods of time than normal. So,
Okay.
but there's no way I could help the party do that as well, right?
Right, and it's faster by carriage than normal anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So instead of stopping for the evening this time, Isabella says, all right, everyone out. And there's another carriage waiting for you.
I do as I'm told.
You can sleep on the way. This one was purposely waiting here.
Bit of a shell game, I see.
More like giving the horses a rest.
That too. That too.
And so the new carriage, almost identical to the other one. Horses just as strong, well tended. Clearly a royal carriage being used for royal purposes. Continues to take you all the way to the coast and to the docks through the night and into the next morning. You come about almost noon the next day.
If we were sleeping on the carriage, then yeah, Kai does the same ritual every night. So they would have had their little scale out, saying their little prayer over it, right in the midst of the carriage.
Wow. Bold, but you work for the government, so they'd probably overlook that.
Yeah, I don't think, as far as Kai goes, it's not necessarily too. I think Kai's doesn't believe that they're not shooting from a god. I don't believe it's more the sea itself, like the nature of the sea. It's unknown. It's endless, boundless unknowns. It's kind of where the heart of their song comes from. So I don't think they would be mentioning any gods or anything.
Right. But anyway,
They're fully Delulu. It's perfectly fine if they're fully Delulu. But that's their belief.
and so you all make it to the docks around noon the next day, and you see smallish, small for a schooner in terms of ships. And there are a few crew waiting to man the actual vessel itself. But it is up to you all to navigate it without getting into any sort of fight.
Well, I do believe we have a Marine and a naval officer on board. If you're familiar with the arts of navigation.
Indeed.
All right, so who would like to roll with their proficiencies in what in order to navigate around the Iberican coast?
I have proficiency in water vehicles. I think it's is it dex based?
I think it's just proficiency with the vehicles themselves. I don't think it's.
Okay.
I think it's just you add a proficiency with it. Yeah.
Okay. Then I can roll.
Actually, I would say add your intelligence because there's a certain amount of actual thought that goes into navigating with a water vessel. Is anybody proficient in navigator's tools?
It would have been.
I have a -1 intelligence.
So you now have a +1 to whatever you roll. Is anybody going to help out with this?
I will. Yeah, I will help.
Okay, so roll with advantage.
think Kai is reading the waves as opposed to the stars.
I got a 16.
Well, your first day goes fairly well. The wind is at your backs, and you actually make decent time. I'm going to say that for, the sake of actual time here, that you make it a few days and make it around the Iberican Peninsula without issue. You actually stop in one port, resupply, and keep going without any sort of issue. The wind is in the sails, and things are going smoothly. Someone else now has to roll the next leg of the journey, which is past southern Gaul.
Does Mr. Giant Man want to roll?
And you can roll with advantage. It is a somewhat higher DC because Gaul is on alert because they're at war with Avalon.
I'm not much of a helmsman myself, but and if we're taking turns, I guess I'll take my turn.
Add dexterity or wisdom to how it goes.
Okay.
Not dexterity, intelligence or wisdom. That's what I meant.
Oh, those are both +1s. So, advantage and then +1?
Yep.
Alright, the highest one was a 17 for an 18.
So, the next leg of your journey goes slightly slower, but you still make fairly decent time. You are nearing Gregyptia, and you have to get around that peninsula to get to Thera. It is literally this world's equivalent to Santorini in the Aegean. But it's the Gregyptian Sea, and you're headed to Thera, and someone else now gets to roll. And this time it will be dexterity, because you are all doing your level best to not be the fuck seen, either on deck or so it's a stealth roll.
Okay, I can go.
Unfortunately, I have disadvantage on stealth, so might not be a good idea for me.
And roll with advantage because I'm sure someone else is helping.
Yep, that'd be 18.
Well, you did just fine, because I've been rolling against all of you this entire time to see if you would encounter anyone or if you'd have to board someone else's ship and stop them from tattling or whatnot. I will say the first roll was a 4 against a 16. The second roll was a 12 against a 17, which is why you went slightly slower on the next leg, but you did get past the southern coast of Gaul. And the third roll on my part was a nat 1.
Well,
So you did just fine, and you arrive at Thera well under cover of darkness on the day you arrive. Although it has been some time, and if people were watching for ships, you may have been seen as a ship going to Thera, but you would not have been seen as a crew.
Ships passing in the night.
And now you must search for a cave. Does anybody have any sort of detect magic or any sort of detection, anything? Or...
well,
Well, I can sense the direction of magic objects within 1 mile if they're not owned by or attuned by a living creature.
No.
All I got is survival, which is a +2. That's it.
So
Yeah, I'm
Did
not
you give your
prepared.
character?
Dan, the commissar actually senses something aboard the ship that is being brought with you that no one is attuned to.
I'm going to ask Isabel about that. We have any magical things on board?
Restraints.
Okay. The preferred of the negatives. Okay. Sorry, I have a nose for those kind of things, for detecting magic items.
And I was going to send them with you anyway, just in case.
Well, yeah, I would imagine we would the ones that would need to use them, right?
Certainly not the other way around, unless, of course, you're into that type of thing.
I'll leave that to Akirsa.
I prefer letting loose.
I will admit I'm not that much of a dabbed hand at search and rescue, but I'll happily protect you from anything that wishes to bite your face off.
I certainly doubt it will be
Although-
rescue.
Things go, Akisa may be the one biting someone's face off.
Hey, I don't necessarily want to kill them. I just want them to put up a fight.
I mean, I would like it if things went straightforward, but so far everything's gone so far straightforward. So, I feel like the other side of the coin's coming. If we can find a cave or the right cave.
No. I'm going to presume that unless they're very skilled survivalists and have been hiding their tracks, we should be able to find some traces of them. Footprints, disturbed lands, plotches of herbs or flowers that have been plucked and picked.
How big is this island?
29.242 square miles.
So you pulled that from the actual island?
Yeah. 73 square kilometers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how big is Santorini?
But they did say that she was on the volcanic part of the island.
Oh, yeah.
How big is...
Whoa.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna be here
32.
for about 3 weeks trying to find this.
Hold on.
Yeah, a cave made by the volcano. One of the more recent times. It's
If you walk... Are you off of the ship?
if we've gotten near the volcano, yeah.
If you are on the volcanic part of the island, you do sense a number of magical items that are not attuned to people.
Wow.
Like a veritable treasure trove.
How many feel like they're like just way out of the way? Like
They're
how many can I?
They're all
get-
pretty dead ahead in terms of like where they are. They're all
If I
located in one area.
Oh no.
Hey, DM,
What's up?
can you check your messages, please?
Oh, I saw. I'll help you on the break.
Okay.
Well, all right. My thing is dinging.
What thing is that?
I mean, you
Thought
remember
we were
earlier
going
on the
to leave
ship
the
when I
diversions
detected
for
these things,
here.
and I'm gonna carry the special shackles because I have, uh, I am trained and have jailer supplies. So I'd imagine it's just an extension of my jailer supply knowledge.
And there are shackles and a collar. Manacles, less. It's not like a full set of, manacles and then chain and then shackles. It's more manacles and big choker collar.
Kinky. I'm detecting a lot of magical items in that direction.
Do you have a sense for magical items?
Well, it seems like it's a horror. And because I can't come up with a number because there's that many in one area.
Oh, yeah. Now, that does sound certainly rather delicious.
So either that's where our friend is, or there's a dragon.
Are you moving
And as you
stealthily
know, the
or
dragon
quickly?
for years.
Yes.
Are you moving stealthily or quickly?
Yes.
As stealthily as chainmail will allow. Chingle, chingle, lingle, chingle, 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 lingle, chingle.
Stealthily.
So everyone roll a stealth check. Akeisho, you're at disadvantage because of the chainmail.
Yep.
Dirty 20.
Well, that's interesting.
15.
13 twice. How does
Well,
that
that's
happen?
good. As long as they weren't
That's a
both bad.
rarity. I don't know if that's lucky or unlucky.
Depends upon how.
I was born. 13's a lucky number for me.
Oh, well, I'll take the luck.
There you go.
And what did Akirsa roll? For stealth?
This is not at all underwater based, is it?
No.
This is volcanic, you said?
Yeah, it's a volcanic
Okay.
island.
He rolled a 8.
So everyone starts making pretty decent time and staying pretty stealthily. And then Akirsa just kind of heavy foots for a bit and then almost steps on what seems to be some sort of trap and then is pulled back by one of you. Just grabbed by the tail and hold on. That's a wire.
Well, we gotta get good close. We got some traps about. Let's go look around.
All right, everybody give me... Actually, one person give me a perception roll. I'm going to say with advantage because somebody else is going to be helping you look.
Perception's not great. But I've been rolling high tonight.
What do you have?
I got
Who's-
+2.
I got +1.
0.
Okay.
So it looks
+2's
like
happening.
+2's got it.
I rolled a 9.
With advantage?
Oh, no. I rolled a 17.
Better. Okay, so you find an open mouth to a cave. Making up for your previous almost error, almost whoopsie on a trap of some sort. And do you signal for everyone else to join you at the mouth of the cave?
I do.
Okay.
Just give one claw.
Yeah. Everything he does is so sexual. It's so sexually charged, where he doesn't mean it sexually.
Tis rather titillating, I must say.
It's just thirsty.
And so,
But for blood, not for sex.
I can breathe underwater.
What do
I'm
you-
not thirsty.
what do you all do with the mouth of this cave? Are you making any preparations? Are you deciding on a marching order for going in?
I will take the lead, probably. I will pull out my long sword and step forward.
Yes, I ready my great axe.
Do be careful, we don't know what type of lovely little friends are inhabiting this cave. We've
Yakuza.
already seen that
Never
there
mind.
are traps laid about.
And do you
Yakuza
walk?
takes out his dagger and he cuts his hand a little bit and rubs blood along his snout and then puts his dagger back away.
You take 1 point of slashing damage since you cut along your hand.
Just
And-
out of curiosity, what exactly does that serve? Would the scent of your own blood not confuse you when you're hunting for someone else, or is that to avoid confusion, so you already have the scent?
I've done it enough to not have to factor it in.
My word, you are a marvel of a character.
And so,
He's a real freak.
you hear as you enter the cave, as though from a rock next to you, negotiations usually go better when you have the upper hand. I doubt very much that you have the upper hand.
Looks around.
Who said that?
Do you stop for a few seconds?
Yes.
I will pause.
And then you
Not
hear,
the
as
only
though
one I've
from a
heard.
rock next to you, negotiations usually go better if you have the upper hand. And I doubt very much that you have the upper hand.
We hear the same thing twice?
And after a few seconds,
Oh.
you repeat yourself again.
Then Actually, I don't know if Yakuza would know to do that. Hold on.
Kai is going to kind of look around to try and figure out where the voice is coming from. Like, they're used to speaking to people. They're used to telepathic transmissions. They're not so good with just the simple bodiless ones.
Roll perception. As you hear it again. So, since you're hearing it a third time, just roll with advantage.
Oh, well, thank heaven for that. It did a whole bucket full of good. That's all of 8.
So, looking around for a second, hearing it 3, 4 times, you find a literal stone next to the wall that is just emitting this message repeatedly.
Do you mean to tell me I've spent all of this time looking for a pebble? My word. Clever. Now where's the owner of this dulcet tones?
Bold of you to assume advantage from inside of a rock.
Um, just out of, what's your constitution like? Mayhaps if you crush the thing's home, it might force it to come out.
My con is actually
Kyle's
a
gonna
plus
throw,
8.
Kyle's gonna throw the rock over. Like, yeah, crush that for us, dear.
What
I
it?
try and I
What is
specifically
your
try and crush it with my hand because he said to.
roll a strength check? DC's pretty high. It is a stone.
Just
A
been
pretty
insulted.
solid one.
Wait, athletics or strength?
Strength.
Okay.
If we do a predator handshake and try and crush it between our hands, can you do it at
I
advantage?
got a 16.
A 16. It starts to crack, and you can see it's rock.
Just continue to say the.
And one of the sides continues to say the message.
So it's resistance then.
Come on, friend. They used magic to court a sound. I don't even know how. I don't know how to do it, but I've heard of it before.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I can't do that.
they're still here.
I mean, they might be. They probably
Perhaps
are.
we have looked up on the proper cave after all.
But imagine.
Can I do a perception check to see if they're like peeking out from behind a rock or something?
Go ahead and roll a perception check. Yeah. Actually, I think this would be investigation.
Oh no.
Because you are investigating the area at this point.
Then make that a 13.
Okay. No, you don't see anybody looking at you.
Alright. What is the current layout looking like of this cave? Does it appear? Does it appear to go deeper? Or
It is deeper. There are turnoffs. There are tunnels. It is a deeper cave than than this entrance that you are standing in. And as you're standing here trying to get a look at it, you hear the rock go again. Negotiations usually go better if you have the upper hand. And I doubt very much that you have the upper hand.
Kai is just going to say, "Do you believe that we've heard you the first time? And I'm sure that of the things that we offer
Mid-sentence negotiations.
All right, we're
It does not
Kai's
hear
gonna
you.
throw the rock on the ground and stump it. Rude! How dare you?
It'll keep going for approximately like 5 minutes. And
We're gonna throw.
at every
Toss
little
it to
bit
the wall.
you toss, it'll hit. You hear once you find the little bit that's making the noise at this point, because there is a point on which the rock has been cast. I believe it was a magic mouth spell. It goes negotiations. And it just gets really way quieter as it flies into the distance.
Now, let us find the owner of that voice and begin these negotiations that they seem so fond of.
Are you trying to do so stealthily? What's the plan here? Or
Kai
is there a
chang
plan?
changing along and has like is not the stealthiest person. So yeah, they yeah, not much stealth from Kai. They are trotting along very bravely.
Okay. This is
They
going
are
to
keeping
go.
an eye on they're keeping an eye out for suspicious piles of leaves, ropes stretched across hallways, things like
Okay.
that.
It starts getting very cold around Kai. Is everybody else just going for it, or are you trying to move a little bit more stealthily than Kai?
A little more
Still
stealthy.
stealthily for me.
I've already seen traps and other things,
The
so
rest of you all hear in your head, well, actually, before that, Kaz, to consider the chill. Like, is it suddenly cold?
Yeah. It's spreading across the ground. Actually, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, well, shit. 17?
17's high enough.
Uh,
You do not fall on your ass on the ice that is spreading across the floor.
the rest of you all hear in your heads, which start by appear to have possibly triggered some form of transforming trap.
And then you hear, why have you come to my place, sister? As a blue siren emerges from the darkness, purple tentacle hair flowing behind her.
I am not your sister.
Are you actually gonna talk to this person, or are you gonna keep stealthing around this person?
Yeah.
Oh, I assume she was talking to all of us. Sorry.
Oh no, she's just talking to Kai. Kai is the only one that's been seen.
Out in
Everybody
front,
else has been trying to hang back and be stealthy.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna remain stealthy then.
Okay.
So, Kai is going to look and go, my beautiful family. I did not know that the person we sought was a fellow siren. We come at the behest of Queen, wait, what was her name?
Not interested.
Amidala.
Two people spoke at the same time.
Anna Maria and
Anna.
I said Amidala.
Close enough.
We come seeking strong and mighty and talented and, might I say, also gorgeous warriors to aid.
roll a persuasion check with disadvantage, having said who you were coming from.
Oh, well. Well, that's ridiculously unfortunate. That's a 6.
Not interested. Perhaps
Can
you would
I-
like to join my crew, sister.
Am I able to advance at all stealthily while remaining undetected?
You're gonna have to roll for it. Roll a stealth check. Is anyone within 5 feet of Akirsa? How close are you all staying to each other?
Try not to be that close to a curious.
I rolled a 12.
Her passive perception would definitely have sensed you. And you feel the ice start to spread. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Well, that's occurring. Kai goes. So sudden a denial. You
11.
did this.
Is this all of we?
Uh,
I am offended they would send so few.
I'll step out.
Oh, you're just gonna step
Oh
out.
my god.
I'm
Okay.
staying hidden.
Might I inquire as to the reason for your declination?
We were told to recruit you for your strength.
Recruit me for my strength.
Care to demonstrate? I'm trying to intimidate, if I can.
Roll intimidation. I'm not even gonna
I
say
know
with disadvantage. You're a creepy bastard.
that I'm proficient in intimidation.
I'm a charisma boy myself, so I got.
I got a 22.
Oh, damn.
Let's see. Mm-hmm.
That's why everything comes across sexual.
I have like a toothy, sharpened, open mouth grin. I know that 22 doesn't mean automatic success, so of course, if that doesn't work, that's fine.
Around her, she's about 4 feet back from the rest of you. You see a sphere of borealis-like dancing lights. And you can see vague outlines like people are dancing in the lights.
Akira is distracted.
So easily.
He's just noticing the movement of what looks like creatures.
And Kai will say in Siren, now, is there the need for all of this aggression here? We can simply combine forces with the powers that be and raise together into the heights of wonderment, my dear.
I am sorry, but that sounded like a load of bullshit. And this is coming from the shadows. Like, she just totally outed herself.
I'm with that one.
And she steps
I'm
forward.
mainly here to see if you say no.
Quite frankly, you do not want to see what would happen if I say no. And she's also going to roll intimidation against your wisdom. That is a Dirty 20.
Akirza slowly closes his mouth
Yeah.
and lowers his great axe some.
He is a stubborn bastard, is he not?
Would you just step out already? It's very difficult to see so far.
She did. You just didn't hear me, I guess.
Who are you? You seem to be the voice of reason here.
I am Elena. I am here as ambassador of my land.
And that land is?
Far away.
Far away how?
Under the ocean.
I have
I did
been
not
under
say
the
I was
ocean.
a good ambassador.
Are you an evil ambassador?
Oh no, you mistake what I mean. I mean I am not skilled at being ambassador.
What is the name of your land?
DM, I did not come up with that. I'm hoping to bullshit my way around.
Hey, fuck you! It's classified. It's classified.
All right, TPK. I'm kidding. It's fine. You can come up with it on break. And she crosses past everyone and stops momentarily to look directly at you while still kind of next to where sorry, brain is Decomasar is standing. Trying to remember Commissar's actual first name.
Jonathan Stormbreaker.
Jonathan Stormbreaker. Okay. Stands in front of Jonathan and is staring rather distractedly at a pelagic tiefling, which she's seen a good deal of underwater peeps in her life.
Well, that's my other character. This one's Goliath.
But she's never seen anything quite like you with your coral horns and your koi fish skin. I am curious. How does one come to look such a way?
Well, as the common saying goes, when two people love each other very much, they adopt a child that someone else has given birth to and raise them as their own.
Wait.
All I know is it involves
Not
birds.
born to your family?
She takes...
However, that was not what my parents did. They definitely fucked Finn and had me.
Oh, she fucking around again. That one good. You had me. You had me.
I'm getting better at joking, yes?
No,
No.
it's a different kind of joke where what you did actually was good. Yeah, actually.
Thank you. She curtsies a little bit.
And she's going to step between, still facing, now away from Jonathan and directly at Alana. And take one step toward Alana. And is like looking at her like quizzically, like she's examining. She's very distracted in all of this.
While she's doing that, I'd like to
I-
inspect her for weapons and like vision.
Yeah, I look over at Kai with my great axe, and I kind of go like,
And you just hear in your head, "Not just yet, darling." But
You know,
still ready.
if anybody is looking to get the drop, there's only one person close enough.
I am sure you are aware of the bounty of magical items in this cave.
"Oh yes, we have valuables, something like that. We have,
I believe she has valuable.
yeah, for you to join us."
I have valuables. You have fuck all. You have a queen that wants a puppet.
We have a queen that is willing to pay for your services.
I do not
Perhaps
wish
your
to serve.
perhaps your goals align.
I very much doubt that.
Well, how often do you get
How often do I get what?
Think.
the opportunity to be paid to do things like fight assholes like this guy, and then points at Jordan's character?
I get paid every time I get on my ship.
Well, why not do it on someone else's dime?
Because I am more successful. That is why they come to me.
Very well, you'll have to miss out on the fun that our crew has to offer, especially me.
Personally, I am shocked.
I'll be shocked when your history book mentions me.
I'm shocked that no one that Jonathan has not taken the opportunity to use proficiency and
Things haven't gotten that bad yet.
I was gonna say and try to level the playing field from the level 20 individual that you are all currently facing.
They're level 20?
You're gonna get
That intimidation roll is much more effective with that knowledge.
You suddenly get a power level reading.
Like, Kirza is now taking a stance of, I want to see them in action. I don't want to be a part of the action.
it's over 9,000.
And
That's why I was literally like, Jonathan, you've got a collar to limit that back down to like even.
you get the distinct impression that
Oh, they were strange.
Alana is trying very hard to flirt with her.
Okay.
Oh.
Roll persuasion with advantage because she is very distracted by you.
Ah, birds. And Insects. I see.
That is a dirty 21.
Filthy.
Filthy 21.
I fucked the dragon.
21.
I'm not interested in working for this queen. But perhaps you are interested in joining my crew.
And then that's what I'm gonna.
Okay, she is distracted. But it is because she's distracted. It's at advantage, but it is a strength contest to get these restraints on her.
I am a big boy, but I am not a big strong boy.
I have a +5 to athletics, but that's it. But I'm not doing it anymore.
But you are also proficient in the restraints, so
Yes, I'm
you get to add that too to your advantage roll. She is also not a big, strong girl. She's just, strong in the force.
Sorry, I forgot to add my proficiency bonus. I actually did 23.
Well,
Nice.
I got a natural 20 on one of my dice, so
Distract.
21.
So you are now in the company of a level 1.
I go, apologies, darling.
What the f was that? And she's like pissed at him.
That was actually a good strategy. I can respect the move, the flex, as it were.
Did I miss the part where you... Sorry.
I will come with you. And that's where we're going to go on break.
I need to
My other guy was a 3, by the way.
All right.
Susie's taking Ghost out. She'll be right back. So, how was everyone's week? Yeah. Oh, is it the good part about... Oh, wait. Mine's at my table!
We shouldn't, but it's for Kai. Kai is just like Kai is the one that's going to march forth. As squishy as they are, that is what they do.
Alright, we are back. In our little squares. Or rectangles. They're rectangles, but...
Rectangles.
Rectal exams.
Rectangles.
Anyway,
Rectangle.
we all went very different directions. Okay, they were mostly the same directions, but like they were the same direction in different ways.
We all had our
Book,
own
different
journey.
chapter, as I say.
So, we come back. Everyone at level 1 now. I assume to keep her from trying anything that is innately requiring of somatic components, that the manacles are also on her at this point.
I suppose so.
And so she comes back to the ship and she sees Isabella standing there. Had I known that she was here, I may have reconsidered faster. at Isabella.
You two have history?
We've fought once or twice.
Oh, so you
Together or
hate
against
fucked each other?
If she were so lucky.
I know. I must say, it seems as if this trip home is going to be very entertaining.
I am inclined to agree.
Just don't, well, actually, do sink us. I will be
I
fine.
mean, other than damaging the ship, I don't believe it would really bother any of us. Dan, what's your character's name again? Dan?
Jonathan?
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
I like how all of us have like
Breathe
super like
water.
difficult names, and then Jonathan, we're all having trouble remembering first.
You're right.
I didn't even have a first name until like 2 days ago.
I mean, Alana isn't exactly difficult.
Hey, well, to be fair, I have a single syllable, I suppose.
I've had Akirza since we started thinking of privateers.
It's mostly Jordan.
Yeah, I think Jordan wins. Jonathan, Kai, Iana,
Alana,
Accuser.
Akirza, and now
Although I'm mostly referred to as Stormbreaker. But that's
now-
military.
Aredni, but you can call me Ara for short. If I don't respond the first time, just say my name twice more.
Okay, I was waiting for that.
Oh,
Ada.
Oh, I thought we were going the Beetlejuice route.
No. We're making an anime joke.
I got it now.
Ada.
You want me to say Ara Ara?
Weird.
you gotta roll your R so it sounds more intimidating.
Yes, Jonathan.
Because this episode went back to
Are
the
you
track
able
back.
to breathe underwater in case we were to or sink on an unfortunate event?
I can.
If you asked me a week ago, no. But now, yes.
Kai's kind of scratches your head.
The best decision I ever made was to do my warlock thing the day before the adventure starts.
That's
Make my warlock pack the day before the adventure begins.
So,
which
to the brig with me, I expect.
I would suppose so.
Or you could come to my quarters.
I don't think
Keep the
I'd be
manacles
of
on.
much use there. Or maybe I would. But she heads
Are you
down
going
to...
Are you fighting in private? I want to watch.
Okay, you were frozen. I was like,
The whole thing.
is she really holding up to the bit, or did she freeze for a second?
No, I froze for a while.
Because you're frozen like a...
So what did I miss? All I saw was this, and then it went away.
I said, I don't think I'd be of much use there, or maybe I would be. And then Kirsa said, are you two fighting in private? I'd like to watch.
I'll be in my boat.
long-nosed boy.
And so she sends herself down to the brig and shuts the cell door and just finds the shitty little, mostly thatch and wood cot and just lays down in it like, fuck it.
Has to be the most compliant
I suppose I should get down there and lock it.
captive I've ever seen.
Considering I can't break this thing, it is stupid to fight.
You have a point, I suppose. Anyway,
Well, here's the good thing. You're going to be eating what the rest of us are eating. So,
So I'm not going to make you roll for it because we're coming up on 11. You make your way back to the queen. This time she's in her throne room, and the five of us now are standing there before her. I see you found the target. Your Majesty. At least she gets titles correct before she rolls her eyes. Would any of you like to explain why she's still manacled and why she's not working for me?
She does not seem to like you very much.
Do
she
not-
seemed rather resistant to joining our worthy fight.
Do not take it personally. I do not like anyone.
I'm not sure what we did wrong.
You showed up and expected me to work for you.
Yes, I told her of all your splendor and mercy and wondrousness, and she didn't seem to find any interest in it at all.
Because I am a better... Because the jobs I give myself pay more than the jobs you would give me. Oh, also, I was going to make you roll for it on the island, but we were running out of time. Jonathan, you started to notice the items seemed like they were screaming, and then they were gone. And as you were leaving, you noticed some of the forest on the island burning. In what can only be described as a low-key, like, pseudo-lava slide eruption. Not like a blown top, big ol', like, kaboom, but like just like a slow ooze. Like the mountain got a little pissed and then it destroyed all the magic items.
I felt that.
That's a
And
Michelle. Ghost is wandering around upstairs, and he's gonna wake up the baby.
okay, I'll let him in here. Good to know the chains of the abyss are still holding, though.
Sorry, our dog has velociraptor claws. So you can hear it on the LVT floor from like probably a block away.
He's not upstairs.
Here, there we go.
He's
So I'm
not
trying
up
to
here.
do red, green, and I'm coming out in Sling Blade.
He's down there. That's why you hear him so loudly. I just walked around all up here and he's not. Red, green, and you're coming out Sling Blade?
Coming out Sling Blade.
I'm very confused as to what any of that means.
Never heard of the red, green show?
No, I've heard of Red versus Blue. The Red Green show sounds like Christmas time.
That it was a Canadian comedy show.
Mm.
They got put on PBS in America.
Head down.
Sling Blade's a movie starring Billy Bob Thornton.
Anyway, the Queen says, good to know the chains of the abyss are still holding, or at least the collar is.
Yeah, I knew they were magical, but I guess they're hard dampener, I suppose you would say.
Sorry, I had to get the old asshole to stop because he was just getting up and going in circles nonstop.
Oh. Well, enough about me. What about the dog?
Yes, the chains of the abyss, they were being kept in a royal vault until recently, and I'd like to ask you something. And she gets really close to Ara. And if you're so favored, where is your god now?
Famous last words.
So, yes, now that we have done as you've asked, and quite handily at that, I might add, what shall be our next task?
There is one more that needs to join your crew, but I will keep that under wraps for the time being. Isabella steps forward. I don't think our friend here needs the manacles. I think she'll do whatever is necessary to have that collar removed. Once you've tasted power, it's so hard to give it up, isn't it? And you're seeing a very different side to the Queen than she's revealed such far. It seems a little bit more vindictive than she seemed when you showed up.
Ikirza smiles with a toothy grin and a semblance of I knew it in his eyes.
I kind of cocks an eyebrow a bit and then steels himself.
Isabella comes over, unlocks the manacles, and instead of handing them back, Aradney just lets them fall to the floor. And just kind of examines her nails Hold on a second.
What?
So she is faster than Isabella, and she snatches out and grabs the queen's face. And just lightly.
Kirsa grabs his great axe and looks around like he wants to kill one of you, but doesn't know who to kill.
And just
Hi,
gently runs her finger on the queen's cheek. I will do what is necessary to get this collar off. And when I do, your entire kingdom will fear my name. Oh, by then you'll be far too busy enjoying all the spoils that working for me offers. We'll see.
Now kiss.
We said that when we were watching New Mutants, and then we were like, holy shit, they did! I was like, I didn't know this was gonna go as, like, forward as the New Mutants comics. Alright.
How are standing there with their sword out, staring betwixt the two of them? Not sure who he should be defending, either, but probably for completely different reasons than Akrisa.
Then, she turns to you, Kai, and goes, I do not know why, and I have told you this before. They are Malakas. And then she starts walking out of the room and says, I assume there is somewhere for me to fucking sleep. And everybody's just standing there silently.
Put their sword away. Looks at the queen and looks back.
Yeah, he looks at the queen and says, want me to smack her?
That won't be necessary. She'll fall in line. She'll see the benefit of not making a fool of herself.
Yes, Your Majesty, I'm very glad to see that you are unharmed, but I'm sure that Isabella would not let any true harm come to you.
Yes, do
neither
you
would
plan
I.
on declaring war anytime soon?
Ikirsa, I'm at war with Gaul, with Galwa. That is what this is all about. We have to secure the country.
Do you need anybody on the front lines?
Luckily for you, you are headed to what is more or less the naval front lines to find the last of your crew.
Yes.
And that's where we're going to leave that. And everybody's level 2 now.
Yes.
Kai is so conflicted he does not know whether to go for the queen or to go for Ari. But he doesn't know who's more profitable right now.
I think I have to remake my character because the new 2024 stuff doesn't support custom classes leveling up with the character creator. So I have to do everything manually.
I've been doing everything manually since we started a year last year.
I've been doing a hybrid.
I've been doing it manually in a PDF
Yep.
from the character sheets.
Yeah, I put the base digitally, and then I transfer everything over to a PDF.
Oh, also, I'm sorry. Everyone is level 2 except Ara.
Ara is level 3.
Ara is level 1. Someone has to turn that collar down for Ara to hit level 2.
Can anyone turn it down, or does it have to be Isabella or someone?
It has to be not Ara. The person wearing it cannot turn it down.
None of us know that yet, though.
I turn it down to 19.
We have to make sure that Jordan's
Like having a level 100 Pokemon amongst a bunch of level 1s.
Boy, that was very nice.
Ghost being nice to the cat finally.
She was rubbing up against his face and he was letting her do it.